Alright, good evening everybody and welcome to the VRML network. Tonight we have an Onward VR Master League game. We have No Quarters versus Most Wanted. This is Season 17, Week 12, second to last week of the season. Tonight on the casting deck you got myself, James Boak, and I'm joined by Ghost7705, to use his full legal name. Welcome, Ghost.
Hi, how you doing? I wasn't, the 7705, man. Full legal name there.
I know, right? Well, I'll just call you Ghost for the rest of tonight, just Ghost, but now everyone knows.
You know what? No. Now that we're down this rabbit hole, I will expect 7705 for the rest of the night, please. Please and thank you.
I immediately regret this. Alright, anyway, so, as we jump into lobby's yet to come up, let's talk a little bit about this matchup first. We've got No Quarters versus Most Wanted. No Quarters number 6 on the rankings, and Most Wanted, I believe, are number 1 in NA at the moment.
That is correct.
Any spicy information you want to give us about them?
Yep. So, to look at No Quarters, the home team for tonight, it is their first season in Onward VRML, and their current win-loss record is 8-4. So, for their first season, I would say that's a pretty good start, eh?
Yeah.
I mean,
Getting to rank 6 and Diamond Star within the region in their first season is pretty impressive. I believe some of their players, that's not their first season for all of their players though, is it? It's just their first season as a team.
First season as a team, yes. A couple of their members have been around, but I don't think anyone exceeds past like season 12.
Oh, cool. So
maybe
pretty fresh team compared to us, us old guard at least. Crotchety old people.
Uh-huh.
All right.
Let's see.
And should we before we jump into bans and stuff, like, let's do a little bit of an overview of what Onward is. So most of you watching will know what Onward is, but for anyone new out there, Onward is a milsim-paced tactical shooter. So everything's a little bit slower gameplay than some of the other games you might see in VR. It's all about communication, teamwork. Tonight you'll be watching an uplink game. So uplink is 5v5. You have an attacking team who wants to get to a satellite dish and send a 7-digit code. That code changes every round. And then the defensive team wants to stop that occurring. If the attacking team manages to send the code, they get 2 points. And then if the defending team kills the attacking team, they get 1 point. If attacking team takes out the defending team, they get 1 point. So most rounds will end up being 1 point each way, because it's so important to protect that objective. But if you do get to that objective and send the code, then you get those extra points. Yeah, that's sort of the overview of Onward and Uplink. We're up to Season 17, so it's a game which has been played on the VRML network for a long time. I believe it's the original game. And in this season, we're now entering the second to last week. That means that challenges have been locked, rosters have been locked. We're going to play out these 2 weeks. That will determine the standings, and we'll go into the postseason. But before the postseason, we have the exciting event coming up. I believe it's end of next week, Friday end of next week. There is the VRML Con. Ghost is going, so he can probably give you a little bit more information on that.
Yes, so VRML Con is the in-person VR event that VRML is hosting. There's a plethora of games that are being played over the course of the weekend from the 25th to the 27th. And Onward is one of those games. Onward will be played on Friday the 25th. And one of the teams that are in here tonight is actually on that con lineup and will be playing on stage alongside me and Mayhem. Most Wanted on Friday, July 25th. Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah. Something I know that you were very excited to go to. It's been something which you missed out last year. You were almost there, missed out by, I think, losing 1 round. So yeah, it's going to be really exciting being able to watch you guys on stage. I know I'm looking forward to it just as someone who's going to be observing from afar. It'll be exciting.
Yeah, I mean, I get nervous just talking about it, man. It's such a it's such a surreal experience to be like playing this game through in a VR headset in your safety of your own home for 5 years, and then all of a sudden, just in stage in front of a bunch of people.
Yeah, it's gonna be weird.
Very.
You have to factor in, are you gonna wear clothes? Let alone what are you gonna wear?
Yeah, right.
No, yeah,
Everyone knows.
and it's a
Peak
massive.
VR performance.
As you saw from last year,
Peak
they're
VR.
massive events. You got the crowd, you got the commentators, which you'll be able to half hear, and so the commentators also have to be careful with what they say, and the crowd reactions are going to factor in. You got to let it not get in your own head too much. But it's definitely going to be a factor. I feel like the biggest, most nervous hurdle was just getting there for you guys. I saw how you guys were acting and how nervous you were in the qualifiers. So I'm hoping you guys relax a little bit more. But yeah, looking forward to it, definitely. We do have the lobby filling up. So we probably could run through what the bans are and what we think that means. So in VR Master League, how Onward Uplink is played, each team gets 2 bans. There are 12 maps in total, and each team gets to ban 2 maps. The maps have different sizes as well, so that's something which is kind of interesting as we look through the bans. So home team bans 1, away team bans 1, home team bans their second, away team bans their second. Home team gets to choose the map, the first map and the third map. Away team gets to choose the map for the second map. So looking at bans, no quarters as the home team, they banned Bazaar and Cargo, and Most Wanted as the away team, they banned Snowpeak and Q1. Anything you could figure out from that, Ghost? Any sort of trends or intel you might think reason why they might have banned those?
So yeah, I mean, you can clearly see just by the maps pick, Bazaar and Cargo, close range, Snow Peak, Quarantine, long range. But if you look a little bit more into the statistics of it all, so no quarters have banned Bazaar and Cargo, which Most Wanted is currently undefeated on Cargo. They've played it 3 times, won 3 times, and Most Wanted is also 5-3 on Bazaar. So they've played it 5 times, won 3. So it's definitely a strong suit map for Most Wanted, and No Quarters have identified that and have decided that it's just safest to ban them. And the same can be said for Most Wanted and vice versa. You know, Snow Peak is I believe been played 6 times by No Quarters. So Snow Peak has been played 6 times by No Quarters, where they've won it 4 out of those 6 times. And they've done the same with Quarantine. They've played it 6 times, won 4. So definitely just the strong suits that are being banned here. And we're looking at, something I do want to point out, in the intro you mentioned how home can picks map 1 and 3. However, it looks as if No Quarters have decided to pick side rather than map.
Yes, so that was a subtlety which I wasn't sure if I'd need to go into, but it looks like that has happened. So yeah, they've chosen to choose the side, which normally means that you choose Volk, because in general the game is a little bit more Volk bias. And yeah, so this might be Most Wanted's map pick. Unless Most Wanted could have chosen Marsok, would be incredibly unusual though. So yeah, as you say, it's probably Most Wanted's map pick, map 1. Yep. Still waiting for the lobby to fill up. We do have 8. No Quarters are present. Just waiting for a couple more on Most Wanted. What sort of gameplay will we see in on Suburbia, for example? Like what will we see as a trend and sort of style of gameplay on this map, which is probably in the smaller end of the spectrum?
Yeah, for sure, on the smaller end, and I'd have a feeling that Most Wanted are going to be taking advantage of the size of the map and really try to play these pushed out positions and trying to just shut down areas that the No Quarters won't be able to control very well. And I have a feeling No Quarters might try to play against that, and instead of trying to counteract the aggression with aggression, they might try to slow it down and try to catch people off guard, and people who may be trying to play alone. And it's hard to say in which direction it will go. Most Wanted have some very good shots on their team, I think it's pretty well known. But the same can be said for No Quarters, and No Quarters teamwork as well. It can't be put out of question.
Yeah, there's a lot of names I recognise there, and they're names which are indeed scary in terms of their skill levels on both teams. Not sure if I've seen too much of No Quarters playing as a team in matches though. As you say, they're a newer team, so not one which I've seen in a huge amount. So definitely looking forward to seeing that. Yeah, but Suburbia, flashes, smokes, frags, rapid movement, taking of ground, trying to control certain zones. You've sort of got lanes through the map running north to south. From left to right, they're normally referred to as lane 1, 2, and 3, and 4. We'll show them as we jump into the map. And then you also have a cross lane. You've got a couple of cross lanes. Well, you got 3, really. You got 2 streets, and then you got a main cross lane through the center. You often see teams try and get control of those lanes, those cross lanes, spread across the map from lane 1 to 4, and then work their way towards the objective. If you do on defense manage to get through that cross lane and behind the attacking team, it can be quite dangerous for the attacking team. So you might see some of that flank type play. We had a drop and another one coming back in. Welcome chat, thanks for popping in. We do have a 6-minute stream delay. That's something worth noting. So our interaction with you in chat will be delayed by 6 minutes. It's one of the downsides of casting a competitive game like this. You want to make sure that there's no opportunity for any sort of nefarious action. Not that I think that any of these teams would, but just to be safe. So yeah, if you have any questions, don't expect an immediate reply. Probably come up in about 6 minutes. So yeah, as we jump in, looks like we've got a new person. Hopefully, Wilson, that little introduction we did to what Onward is gave you a bit of an overview and what Uplink is. If you do have any more questions, I'm sure people in chat will be able to help. And yes, Haywire, I will be observing from very afar. I'm located all the way down in New Zealand, so it's pretty far away. All right. Looks like we do have a full lobby, so we might be jumping into round 1 shortly. It's going to be exciting. Check.
Yep.
There hasn't been a time. Well, you can't call timeout at the start. Check. I haven't received any messages. Looks like our audio is looking good. Ready to crack into it.
We're just here, man. We're here to watch some good Onward.
I know, right? Like, yeah, it's been good doing some of those community casts, which we've both done together a few times. But this is our first time casting an official match together. My first time on cameras in an official match in multiple seasons, so apologies if things are a little bit over the place at the time. As we jump into round 1, Suburbia, looks like I didn't check all of the map intros, and Suburbia 1 is not loading. They were loading earlier for me, but I'll just jump into the game instead.
Bunch of early utility here for Most Wanted. I think they're trying to cross over to the back Volk house.
Wow, look at that smoke in the south. Yeah, look at those defensive flashes coming out. We dare Salty Light going in towards the objective now. It's going to be very dangerous. 2 of Most Wanted going down in that early engagement. The counter flashes from No Quarters were very telling. We have Torres family trying to take a slightly slower approach to the south, but Salty Light a little bit disconnected going in through the center. So Torres's flank can be concentrated on when it is known. And then we have Chawi in the middle house there.
Yeah, I mean, I pretty much said it. That early aggression from Most Wanted there. And yeah, tons of early aggression, tons of early utility. And No Quarters have responded really well. They've managed to set up a defense here. They weren't too panicky with the smokes on objective. And it's forced the rest of the Most Wanted attack to really slow down the pace and then just try to work off of picks.
Yeah, I could see this tactic sort of working for Most Wanted in general on Suburbia. So that if this is a planned thing where they've got 2 players running really slow, that sort of rotation and pick style play, which does work really, really well in Suburbia. And then if you have 3 players running like the tip of the spear, blunt the defense, make the defense panic. But I feel like they could just delay that tip of the spear slightly. So pause, let the other the flanky style attackers get around a little bit more, able to get those picks, and then do the really aggressive smoke, flash, objective push. And then the people who are around on the flanks can actually do a little bit of damage. As we go along with Torres in the south, let's skip forward to Chawi here. Big
I believe he was spotted.
Wow.
Yeah, might have made a footstep there. Was heard.
And then a frag. What a frag!
And the C4 to finish him off. Torres, the lone attacker, but is in a position to pick off 1 or 2 defenders here.
As we jump to it.
Ooh, wow.
Oh, man.
And Timmy,
missing.
Quick shot.
Apologies, missing that on stream as I did the large replay with that frag, and it was all over before I got back to it. But we have a win from the home team.
Yeah, strong defensive hold there from no quarters, only losing 1, which for Suburbia is, I would say, something you don't really see too often of. Suburbia is a map where, you have 1 or 2, maybe even 3 defenders that are in positions that can kind of get picked off and are just kind of at those. But no quarters are able to really shut it down, get cross angles, and make sure they were there to help each other out. I mean, we could see that from Rango hitting that grenade into Chowie, and then Badger immediately following it up with a C4 just to get the confirm out of the way.
Yeah, that frag, then C4 combo. Well, flash, then frag, then C4 combo was huge. Chawi will be kicking himself. He went so slow and so quiet for so long, and then he must have just made a footstep, as you said, and that was enough to trigger the defensive response. And then Torres's movement on a flank like that, going slow, can work really well, but when you're by yourself, with that many defenders up, they can just we jump into round 2. They can just concentrate on you when they do identify where you are, where you are. Probably should put lasers on as well as we jump into this. Just gonna turn my
no quarters, exchanging some utility between each themselves. Maybe trying for a early line here.
We do have an early line through. Oh, those shots had come out by Maverick. He might have picked one up. Salty Light, I believe, flashes. Yep, double flashes, pushing the other spawn. But no quarters have the north spawn, so hello speed there.
Speed.
With the pick through the bus. Relatively common spot. You can take their feet out there.
Yeah.
You need to be relatively tall to see through it as well. Speed being a taller player, it looks like.
Yeah, I think I met him at last con. He was around my height, maybe a little bit shorter. So yeah.
Interesting, like in the top left of the screen there, you see Chawi in the south house. Quite a strong defensive position. No quarters have given a lot of ground to Most Wanted. But that could go either way. It could result in picks. We do have Timmy in the center, getting picked there by Salty Light. Great position, just able to pop up, get the pick. And we're left with the attack all north focused.
Really just playing those ambush positions. I mean, both Salty Foo and Salty Light, their both push-outs are both in those ambush positions where they hear footsteps pop up, get a pick, pop back down.
Exactly.
And that
works
really well. With. Yeah.
Maverick needs to get to a position to deal with hello speed here.
His laser's
there. It is, underneath 2 vehicles, I believe. And the confirm. Torres having to crash back now. Are they going to push on that Salty Light? And Chawi deciding to also move. That's the downside of playing pushed out positions. If you get picks, they have to rotate, and sometimes that can result in cascading losses. We saw it actually in the VRML Con qualifiers from, I believe, Most Wanted on Shipyard, where they had a situation where they had I think it was a 4v1 defensively. But because of their defensive locations, 1 pick turned to 2, turned to 3, turned to 4, and the round was won by the attacking player.
Salty Light is just so close here on lane
There
2.
it is.
Wow, Ringo finds it.
And we've gone to a 3v3. Look at that, just like that. No need to push out there, I don't believe. Could have paid off for him if the attacking team had been pushed up a bit more. But because of how slow they've been, it resulted in a pick. They've still got more than half the round remaining as well. That's the thing, on these small maps, with the 6-minute timer, no quarters, I'm not opposed to what they're doing here. It's a good tactic. They've got more than half the round remaining. I think Salty Foo's position is going to be hard to deal with here. That sort of depends when he crashes in. If they get another pick and Salty Foo crashes, and he crashes loud, he might get picked on the return.
Yeah, I think this defense is heavily relying on Torres here in this lane 4, because if he goes down, that's going to have to force Chowie and maybe even Fu as well to crash. So Torres just... Oh, speaking of, Chowie moving up slightly. Getting to the tank.
Maverick just going quiet the whole round. I don't believe there's a hedge cap anymore, so on this objective there used to be the ability to cap on this side of the hedge with putting a tablet against it. I don't believe that is possible any longer, which is...
Although currently the cap is open with Chowie now back on the tank and Torres on that lane 4 Hesco. If he decides to snake his way through,
he can, because that Humvee is blocking Chowie's position. Very interesting defensively. Maverick could have literally ran onto objective and capped.
Chowie has made the right decision here. Yep, able to get onto
I've lost track of Salty Foo. Salty Foo's in the middle.
He's gone to second floor. Yep, second floor middle house.
Oh.
I love how the defense is just slowly getting closer and closer, facing more inwards.
You see that panic coming out from Salty Foo. Shots going through hedges and through fences. You can penetrate certain objects in Onward. It does result in a damage reduction of 25% per surface you go through, so something to factor in if you're shooting through things. I don't know if a hedge even counts as a surface, though. Chowie's going to be able to pop up. Wow, Maverick can probably get onto the cap here, just staying slow and prone.
Yeah, this is... Chowie just needs to make sure that he has that OBJ locked. Looks like he is looking, that's good.
Bit of an
Chowie is aware.
Up-down view on this so we can see the setup a little bit better. Salty Foo
Time is
still
ticking.
in the middle house. They need to be pretty objective. Wow, Maverick could just pull tablet out here. If he's going to be so close to the end of the round that I believe the attacking team's going to panic. He just needs to go for it. Can Chowie see him?
Chowie's looking. Does Chowie see him? I think Chowie's looking.
He does. He sees him. Huge pick there. The frag coming out. No, it's a flash.
They needed that application of utility just a little bit earlier. Salty Foo now getting a little bit more aggressive over there behind middle house.
Wow, Chowie panic calling out that he was flashed and that they were going to cap, but nothing coming from it. No panic. And we see Badger backed into a corner. Two of them go for him.
Badger finding one.
Yeah, and Torres with the defensive hold there, getting 2 critical picks at the end. Chowie, the only one with objective awareness though, and picking off Maverick, resulting in an away win. 2 defensive holds on probably one of the more attacking bias objectives on this map, in my opinion.
Yeah, I'd say so. I mean, I don't know how much our word goes for in this map, considering we play it
exactly.
3 Eon.
Exactly. Yeah, this is a map which we generally just blanket ban. Just because we had a bit of a... It came from historical when we had a player on our team who just really didn't like this map. And then it became almost a... We have to ban it because we always banned it type thing. When we play it, we actually don't do too badly on it, but yeah, anyways, enough about Mayhem. So, from that round, I will flash up the kill count as we jump back into the next round in terms of who's got what. But at the moment, pretty balanced across the board. We've got on Most Wanted, Torres with those 2 picks in that round, but the only one with 2 kills on Most Wanted. And then you got Timeh, Badger, and Rengo with 2 picks apiece on no quarters side, and then just 1 apiece remaining from the rest. No one on 0 though. Often it's not that common where you see such a balanced spread like that. I want to see, whilst we're going to jump in already to round 3. I'm not going to be opposed to that because it's good to get back into the action. I was going to see whether I could run replay during the between round. Test it out next round. Right, so worth noting that there are 2 Marsok spawns, and they have given away their spawn with the pre-fire. But that pre-fire
looks like it has slowed.
Wow, and a pick by Salty Light through the hedges. They're going for the quick cap here. Quick cap.
Yep.
No quarters needs to be panicked. Panicked about this right now. Maverick making it to a critical position.
Oh,
Chowie downing.
Downing too.
Wow, huge. Mr. Hello Speed getting down to the, or MR Hello Speed getting down to the side, finding Maverick.
They've got the wraparound here.
Defense needs to be worried. Defense needs to be just fully no cap situation here. Yeah, they need to be crashing and dying. Crashing and dying is the critical situation here. Yeah.
Wow.
I think if I'm honest, wow, Salty Light destroying Chowie after the round there. Well, as we'll flash up some. Wow, Torres finding 2 that round. Salty finding 1 friendly.
I think. Well,
was it Chowie? Chowie got him, wasn't it?
Twice.
Yeah, no, Chowie got him, and then oh jeez.
So Salty Light did have 2 kills.
Yeah, and we
don't know what happened to him.
And Hello, well, he got 1 that round then. Hello Speed though, finding what I think was the critical kill onto Maverick in this position down here. But ultimately, we have a way +1, and I don't think no quarters will be that upset about that. It looked like there was going to be a cap at certain points there, and I think if Most Wanted had maybe not team killed or team downed early in the round, which sort of slowed things down a little bit, or if they'd been a bit more aware of their kill count, they might have been able to go for the cap there and maybe risk 1, because they had 5 attackers up against, as it neared the end of the round, 1 or 2 defenders, and they could have risked 1 for a cap, getting into the smoke or getting behind one of these blocks and really putting an object between you and the defender, because a cap only takes a few seconds, especially with some of these players. I know they're very quick cappers, so yeah, could have been worth the risk.
Yeah, I do want to point out there, Mr. Hello Speed opting to go wide round 4, which is like, it's definitely the right move, and it was a really smart move, but you kind of see people will tend, once the smokes get onto OBJ, they tend to just kind of funnel themselves into, let's try to get the cap, and so they all just kind of like get around to that burning house. But no, Speed stayed on the street, kept going wide to the APC, and was able to get that long line.
It got that critical pick onto Maverick, who could have done real damage to the attack there, because it would have Maverick's position could potentially have stopped the revive onto Salty Light, so he could have taken out someone going for the revive and then also confirmed the body. So that could have been 2 picks, and then that would have been a different ball game or a different shooting game. So we jump into round 4.
Most Wanted getting very aggressive. Really spread every single lane. There's a defender.
Zoom
Mr.
around.
Hello Speed going. Mr. Hello Speed going pretty loud in lane 1. Might find himself getting caught by Badger here.
Wow, coming out on top somehow. Badger needed to get an object between himself and Mr. Hello Speed there, who's just a little bit too exposed to the quick peek. Salty Foo in the center there, potentially going down. This is going to be hard to deal with. As we talked about, letting a player get around behind you can be really dangerous. If they're ready for it though, it could be a pick for no quarters. Salty Foo.
I don't think the offense has quite reacted to Speed.
No, I was just looking to see, and it doesn't look like anyone's looking out there. We saw the lasers go over Savage Proto's head. They should react to it now.
There's it is.
And another 3 for Mr. Hello Speed, or MR Hello Speed. Salty finding Maverick as well. And it's all down to Timeh. And then Salty Foo with the last pick. So I think that's telling for this objective. It's one of those ones we're giving too much ground. I don't think it's the right thing to do for this particular objective personally. As a tactic, you tend to see for these south-based objectives, where the defensive team spawns in the far south, you see attacking teams trying to get control of this middle lane. We talked before the match about this middle lane and what it meant. And if you let the defensive team get control of it, they can really got lots of options to hook around behind you if they can have free roam through here. So normally it's quite a important objective for the attacking team to rush to that, get control of that middle lane, and then start to go slow. Whereas that really slow approach worked on their previous attack because of where the objective and where the spawns were located and the orientation of the map. This didn't, as we saw, it didn't pay off for them. Could have been switched around if Hello Speed had lost the initial engagement with whoever it was over in lane. Was it Savage? Was it Maverick over in lane lane 1?
I believe it was Badger lane 1 on the
Badger
Humvee.
lane 1. Yeah, Badger had gotten an object, maybe gotten around behind this when he heard the footsteps. Really hard to adjust. Might have come out on top there. But ultimately, away team coming off with another point.
Yeah, and that was Most Wanted playing into that individualistic play style. I mean, they sent one person for every single lane, and they were just, no matter what, I feel like no matter the spawn, someone was going to break through there.
Exactly. I still think if No Quarters had really gotten that middle lane control, it might have shut it down a bit more. But counterpoint to that is Most Wanted flashed that whole region. So, yeah. Really hard to deal with that sort of aggressive style as we jump into
Could see
round 5.
speed. Could be another early line here.
So,
not catching Savage.
So you see that laser flick through. There is that early line through from the spawn. There are 2 Marsok spawns for this as well. Torres family in the background going for that lane 4 movement.
Drag out from Fu there.
Big pick by
Wow,
Savage.
Savage able to.
Savage probably getting
so
self-flashed there. It's whether the others can help. He needs to not peek. He needs to just stay tucked and let the others deal with it. So Timmy now should be able to deal with Chowie. Chowie finding him though. Wow, that flash not finding Chowie.
Chowie found Savage. No, it was killed him while blind.
He killed him by blind. He managed to do that move. That's good knowledge. Huge pick by Maverick.
Oh no! Wow, Badger and Maverick able to split the offense's focus.
Horrors in the background, just looking to the left of our screen here. Just worth noting. Maverick team kill,
TK.
And he's not going to be aware of Marcelo speed here. That's the round. Wow, that could have been with communication. Maverick really could have helped take out Hello Speed there. And that could have turned the round around because they would have had the pick onto... they would have got the revive and then had 3 up. But no, the team kill. Alright, that's map 1. Most Wanted taking that pretty handily there. As we looked, I did flash up the kills before we jumped into the round, but just to highlight them, we have Hello Speed with 6 kills. I think 2 really telling rounds from him there. 3 in a row, actually. The attack on that southeast objective where he got that critical pick onto Maverick. Then that defensive round where he took out 3 with his lane 1 flank. And then that last round just there picking off, I believe, was it Maverick again to end the round. So, yeah, some pretty important picks there. But map 1 is done and goes to Most Wanted pretty decisively. Any takeaways from the map?
I mean, you could just tell Most Wanted, once they got the ball rolling there, once they got off of that playground objective, they were feeling themselves. They got into the map, they knew what they were doing, and it's hard to try to kill momentum once a team gets the ball rolling like that. And No Quarters, they did really well. I mean, that last round there, it was really close. It really came down to just that team kill.
Exactly. I think it came down to communication. And maybe not understanding gun sounds to the level which needed, because it's hard when you got a player between two defenders like that. It is hard to really call out exactly where they are, but you could literally call out that they're between us. He's between us behind the Hesco. Maverick potentially could have helped, but ultimately, yeah, most wanted coming out on top. I think also Chawi's pick there was really critical. A double pick there. He downed Timmy and then managed to pick the other defender, Savage Proto, I think it was. It looks like we've got a rehost, just as a note here.
Yep, it looks like we will be going to a custom map.
Pretty fresh. Won't jump into an intermission because we're very good at talking. Maybe too much talking at times. It looks like we don't have a. We might have a custom map because that's not the lobby. It's a different lobby.
Sorry, I'm going off of messages.
Oh, okay. Well, you got secret strats to you, secret intel.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's secret intel.
Yeah.
News from the underground.
All right. Might need to jump into a little. I'll jump us into a quick 2-minute intermission. Run some ads, thank the sponsors, all that sort of jazz. So we'll just jump into ads for a couple of minutes, and then we'll come back to you with action on the next map.
Baron left alive. Where is Baron? In the spawn. Can somebody Spud in the bottom, going absolutely crazy, getting the 2 hit.
Prepare to start.
Baron left alive. Where?
Alright, as we jump back into it, as you can see from in the center of your screen at the bottom, we do have map 2, USS Quest. It is one of the custom maps, I believe made by Evolution. It has been in the league for multiple seasons. More of that CQB type style, but more like cargo with the cargo containers. Lots of quick corners, lots of smoke, lots of flashes. You'll see similar action as Suburbia, I believe. Looks like this is Most Wanted's map pick, so they have chosen to pick map and have gone to a closer range map again.
Yep.
Yep. Yep. All right. Any predictions for this map?
So most wanted, their attacks have been insanely heavily utility. I mean, just all out pretty much. I still do think that they'll have their slower players, such as Chowie and Torres. It looks like Torres is especially trying to go for the either held back defense or fully trying to get around and just be away from wherever the central focus is. Torres has done a really good job of keeping that like pressure, but just from the other side of the map. He's there to get around. He's there to make the key play there, while the rest of the offense is just trying to brute force their way through.
We are jumping into map 2, sorry, USS Quest. Here's the little introduction. So this is an aircraft carrier in a bathroom. When you're on it though, it doesn't feel like a small aircraft carrier, or maybe it's a really big bathroom. But as we jump into the action, it has just done that little black screen thing, which it sometimes does, but we're back into it. We see a defensive
early
flash
utility.
or frag. Was that a frag? Oh wow, that could have been huge.
Pretty close. And here comes the utility. A couple, piece of smoke going off of the boat.
Wow, big pick on the side there, taking up Badger. Savage Proto's position is going to be critical. If Savage Proto goes down, not finding the pick, Salty Foo finding it, here comes the Cap. Cap getting stopped by Ringo.
Ooh, they do find him. Oh wait, Mr. Hello Speed grenaded Salty Foo on the objective. Wow.
Stuff and things happened, and
I mean, they just took the full advantage of a double-pronged attack there. There was the defense was forced to look at objective because there was a Marsoc on it. But meanwhile, while all that pressure is going on, the offense is just able to get around red lane. I don't even know if he went red lane. I think he just went down the
he came down the side. It was Salty Light. He came down
Yeah.
the side, and then he just took him out from the side.
That cross angle bam. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a 40-second round.
Could have been a Cap. I feel like that smoke was a little bit short. That smoke could have gone on the other side of the uplink, and then that would have stopped the shots onto the person on objective, or the frag, or what? Well, it wouldn't have stopped the frag, but would have had more chance of a Cap there. So maybe, again, they're getting a little bit lucky. No quarters, maybe there. They might not be capped on, but maybe not to the same level of adjustment, which we might have needed to see, and because it's not a new tactic by Most Wanted. They've been doing it all of Suburbia. As soon as you see that stuff coming out, they need to be very objective focused. But they didn't get kept on, so yeah.
Yeah, this is true. Yeah, I mean, I think that No Quarters definitely could have benefited from a bit more counter utility, because what ended up happening was they were all blind by the smokes and flashes, and that just allowed Most Wanted to just do what they want for the next 8 seconds, which on this map you can cover a lot of ground in 8 seconds.
Exactly, yeah.
And so I think if they just had that moment where the counter utility could have gone out to just pause the attack, then that might have gone differently. Some more early utility coming out. This
Woohoo!
does find
There it
Salty
is.
Foo.
Is there another
Instant
one?
revive.
And then the pick.
Ooh.
We do see quite an objective-focused defense. Looks like they've given up the red lane, so the lane down the eastern side of the ship.
Salty Foo and Speed were both hit by that flash there. Badger picking up Foo.
As I ran into an object. Mr. Hello
Pressure.
Speed doing some work. Chowie's gonna have to crash
More
here.
utility has gone out. Maverick crouched on OBJ. Salty
Shots
Light
coming
not
out.
spotting it.
He's got his
Maverick
tablet out though.
Right on OBJ. Ooh, Chowie finds him. And
Oh.
the flick onto Timmy.
He would have heard Chowie coming up with the pre-fire. He still kept his tablet out. Potentially just needed to do a run onto objective rather than just crawling from that far out, but could have gone.
Yeah, I mean, he must have been inches away from the cap there. That was very close.
Yep. Miss Emma Hello Speed though. 2 critical picks on that central push. Slowing it down just enough. Chowie and Salty Light with the return to objective. Salty Light not finding any. Chowie doing the work there, but Salty Light had the other angle covered as well. So yeah, good defensive adjustment from Most Wanted, and results in another round win for them. Most Wanted getting the momentum carry through from Suburbia.
Yeah, Most Wanted did a great job there of helping each other out, you know, with Light was trying to watch a crossover towards where Speed was, and then Speed was doing vice versa. Speed was able to pick off 2, and one of them was directly on Speed, but the other one was further back, wrapping around where Light was. And so it's just that, those little things, you know?
Yeah, this is, of the objectives on USS Quest, I think that's probably the quickest one. Just with how far back the defense spawns for it, and that it's quite hard to get good control on the front side of the objective. So that's the one which probably would have played the most into Most Wanted's hand. As we jump into round 3, we see an objective which is one where you can have a more controlled defense on it. There are lanes you can shut down a bit more readily. The cap is a little bit harder to get. You have to come around those objects to get the cap. I believe you can just cap from the side on one side, but you can't cap from the north side on the container. We see a lot of offensive smoke coming out, a lot of defensive everything coming out. Flashes.
Every defender getting front side of objective.
And 2 picks at the start. Salty Fu only down though, should get revived. Chawi with a big pick there. He's going to rotate back for the revive potentially as well. Torres going for the revive there. Communication.
Ooh,
Chawi almost running into the laser of... Well, Maverick with... Ringo though, what's he doing? Timmy. Oh, Timmy. Almost getting a pick.
Salty Fu and Maverick. Maverick wins that gunfight. It's a 1v2 here.
Torres should get the pick onto Maverick though.
Torres.
Wow, the trade comes out.
Trade.
Woo! What a end of the round. I wonder if that's going to go through on the replay. There it is. No quarters. Their first round win, I believe, since round 1 of the match. So,
And it was down to the wire.
yeah. Yeah, there was they looked like they had control of it, and then they just went hunting a little bit too much. Yeah, so...
Like...
Yeah, they had some great lines through, and then it just looked like they were going to give it away by hunting a little bit too much after they got the control. But they managed to come out on top on those one-on-ones, and yeah, they managed to win the round there. Great for no.
Yeah, and it wasn't necessarily just the 1v1s as well. They were all so close to each other, so they could practically see every single one of their teammates. So they knew who died, where it was from, and what the next move to do was. I mean, it was just instant reactions from no quarters there.
And from Most Wanted as well, you saw that reaction onto as soon as that player on sorry, I'll jump into round 4. As soon as this player down, I don't know who it was. Sorry, maybe it was Timeh down on this little ramp on the side. As soon as he started shooting, 2 players flicked onto him immediately. I think Torres +1 immediately flicked onto him. Straight away reactions.
It looks like we're going to be seeing a very similar defensive
whoa!
approach.
Look at those.
Whoa.
So the frag.
Finds hello speed, and here's the pressure.
The revive coming out though again.
I think one flash could hit all 4 defenders over here.
Oh, this big flash. It has taken 2 of them out. Oh. The lack of cooking on that allows Timeh past. Timeh, if he pops up, should be able to take Torres out from behind. He does, but not before Torres finds Badger. Salty Light with the adjustment. Salty Fu on from the side, should be able to do some damage. He does, he finds Ringo, Savage
Utility
Proto,
hit.
last one remaining.
The utility.
Chawi reacting.
Wow.
Salty Light's really got something out for Chawi. He's also looking for Salty Fu, it looks like. Maybe trying to tank his KD. Wow. Alright, Chawi with 6 kills. Salty Light with, I don't know how many, because I don't know how many team kills he's got. So Chawi and Torres being the top fraggers on the behalf of Most Wanted there. Again, it looked like no quarters were going to do a bit more work than they ended up doing. They got that down at the start. They got, they had some good penetration down the side. the player, I can't remember who it was, sorry, I think it was Timmy. If he'd managed to just pop up and get the kill on the back of Torres a little bit earlier, then it would have resulted in a little bit. It would have resulted in Badger still being alive, and then that adjustments by Light down the side being pretty critical as we jump into round 5. So new objective. Every odd round you get a new objective generally. So new objective. North objective.
I think most wanted are definitely going to take advantage of, once again, that pushing in heavily aggressive, and there's going to be someone rapping, whether it's from Red Room or heading wide on the catwalk.
Yeah, this green container, you can cap from inside it. Ooh, huge frag coming out.
That was almost another grenade connection.
The connections have only been down and so far, and most wanted have been on top of those revives. Chawi, the big pick.
Salty Light pushing right in.
And another by Chawi. Salty Light's close.
Salty Light
been down,
but he's only down. Yeah, he was down in a trade, and it's a 2v4.5 in 30 seconds.
Yeah, and Salty
and
with
both
the
of these
slow side.
Yeah, they've gotten the wraparound. Chowi's going to be pushing in here.
Ooh, Chowi somehow was finding Ringo there though.
Salty Foos might be able to get this revive on the light. Yeah.
But no,
Ringo finds him. But this catwalk is just so dangerous.
The trade comes out. It's all down to Torres. Somehow it's gone down to Torres from a 4v2. 4.5v2. Torres is going to go for the revive, it looks like. And I think that will be the telling factor.
If he goes too loud, though.
No, but too loud. He'll get Salty Light up before, and then it'll be a 2v1. Ringo's already been injured by Chawi. It should result in a win for Most Wanted here. Unless they work, if they work individually, less so.
Oh, he was hit by that flash.
There it is. There it is.
Most Wanted.
Salty Light. Again with the team kill at the end.
I think Salty Light might have had 6 kills at one point.
I think so. I think he's got 3 team kills. It's almost like we need to keep more track of that. But yeah, that's the match though. We will play map 3, and it's really important. So one thing which we didn't highlight. So we talked about Most Wanted being 6th at the moment on the ladder, but we didn't talk about what that means. So 6th on the ladder is the top 7 teams get to go straight through to the quarterfinals or the round robin, and then the 8th team has to go through the Challenger Cup. The Challenger Cup is run the weekend before, and it's basically teams 8 through to I don't know exactly how many, but 20 something get to compete for that final slot, and it's a very wild card match up and Swiss tournament, and basically anyone can get through. So if you really want to be in the top 7, so no quarters are sitting at 6th. If they lose this match, and if they lose it by a large margin, they may drop a significant number of spots. They are playing the top team, so that will blunt the impact a bit because it's an expected win for Most Wanted. But they'll be wanting to get as many points back as possible, and this will be the map to do it. Even if they,
yeah, for sure.
Even if you lose this, it's a map where you can sort of get more Volk rounds on average. So, yeah. We'll see.
Especially in today's version.
Yeah, as we say that, we've got probably the objective, which is maybe it's newer and maybe more capable and all that sort of stuff. So we'll see.
It looks like we are already jumping in round 1.
It. And here it is, Downfall. So.
And they may try to get some early lines, trying to.
It looks
center bungalows.
Yeah, so this is a long range map. It's become more short range with the update. The whole map got overhauled in the latest major update, but it is still a pretty long range map. certainly compared
They
to...
don't spot Savage. Savage, Proto, and Badger are able to cross past North Hotel without getting spotted.
Look at Salty Foo, though.
Mm-hmm.
Time is not going to be ready for it.
Salty Food could be running up to the tents, even. Badger
Salty.
getting tagged.
So Salty Foo's been allowed to take a lot of ground here. Looks like he's pushing for it instead, though. Timmy getting away with it.
Timmy might find him. Ooh, that was close. Running in the open there. Foo should have the drop on at least one Marsoc here. Ooh,
Wow,
hello, Speed.
Speed with the outward-looking focus. And Foo finding one, and Shawi finding one. And that's the round turned around pretty substantially right there. As you look at the map, those 3 picks coming out in 3 separate locations, which makes it very hard to do it for the attacking team to do much about it as well, because you can't really focus on one location. Badger's going to be searching here for Salty Foo. We'll jump to Badger's view and see what he can see. Ooh, on his tablet in the open. Can't see Salty.
They should be aware of Salty. He did
Yep.
take out Maverick.
He shot with the suppressor, but that's still relatively easy to identify location. And then Rengo getting down in the center. So, yeah, should be the round there. We see the spread of the defensive team.
Looks like Salty and Badger. They're so close to each other.
Salty knows he just can play games with him here, though, because Badger has to do the work. And there it is. We end the round. Salty Foo finding the final pick there.
Pretty commanding Volk round there for Most Wanted. Although I'm not gonna. I still don't. This map can still go either way. I mean,
it
all just depends on how.
It was a round where
just
it's
depends.
most likely that the defensive team was going to win anyways. But that was a very decisive defensive win. 5-up defensive win. So, yeah, you don't feel too bad at losing an attack on this map, because it's generally the way things go, and you don't often see this map picked because of that reason. But no quarters did pick the map. And so they do need to win a Marsoc round if they want to win the map. So adjustments there I'd say they need to make is they need to be aware of those flanks on their next attack. And be aware that the defenders were quite outwardly facing. So we saw Hello Speed looking out from that tower. That means if you have a sniper on your attack, you can potentially get a pick there. Jump into round 2. See how no quarters set up the defense. We have the same spawns. There. Alright, as we jump to the action, let's see how Most Wanted spread out here.
Yep, it is the same spawn, but we'll see if it's the same outcome.
Very similar movements. You see 2 going towards the direction of North Hotel, and then 2 in the center. We do have a difference with Hello Speed coming down this west road, though. And outwardly focused Badger here with those shots through this line. Believe he saw Mr. Hello Speed on that cross.
Timmy also getting into South Center Bungalow, which could end up being pretty powerful. He just needs to be super careful, because once they get later in the round, he could get crawled on.
It's one of those positions where you might not want to be looking out too much. You can have really a good amount of power looking back, but as soon as you look out, you become a focal point in a window, and especially once known, it can be hard. Whoa, just missing with that M203 HE, Salty Foo.
Maverick down Salty Light with the bolt action.
And Rengo with the
finding
pick.
Speed. Yeah. And another
Savage
down.
in the tower, another down, wow.
Chowie should be able to get this revive onto Salty Light, though. I do believe Salty Light is behind a little bit of cover. A little bit.
Where did he get down
He was
from?
shot
From the
shot
south
by
side.
Maverick in the White House. White House crawl up.
I can't see.
Like
Oh, there
Chowie
it
gonna go
is.
for it.
I can see it in the center of the screen.
Maverick
now.
doesn't Maverick doesn't spot it. Maverick doesn't spot the movement.
Do they have long guns or scoped guns? So Salty Light running the 4X Hybrid, I believe. One of the new additions to the game. Chowie just with the holographic, but running night vision, which you will see some players use to look into windows. And then we've got a 6 times, I believe, from Torres in the North Hotel. Looks like Savage is will be running a long gun as well. No, just running.
They've called out roof of North Hotel. I'm worried about Timmy here peeking the South Center bungalow here. I mean, he just needs to be the core for this defense, just holding it down.
Definitely. They don't need to get greedy. They don't need to give anything away. They've gotten 2 picks. They think they've got... Oh, and there it is. A big pick onto Maverick. They just need to be not losing players now. Just working as a team.
Yeah. And running out the clock especially.
Exactly. The attacking team needs to come to them. Ultimately, that's what it comes down to in Onward. The attacking team has to get to that uplink and send the code. If they run out of time, the attacking team loses. Chowie being the tip of the spear a little bit, along with Salty Light in the background. Just that Overwatch distraction onto Savage Proto, who needs to stop peeking it. Chowie with the pick onto Timmy. He did go in the window and got picked by Chowie. Chowie? I don't know. Chowie, I'm going to call him.
And finding Badger.
Oh, but getting
Savage Proto able to...
free frag Savage.
Torres is... I'm pretty that is Torres, right? Yeah, Torres is pretty far. He understands that. He's coming in. Timmy is actually... Although he's downed, he's actually in a pretty good position to help with those northern callouts.
It's going to be really helpful. If he can do good, accurate callouts, as long as no one else goes down, so as long as Savage doesn't get too peaky, he can be really helpful here. You have 2.5 minutes once you're downed before you bleed out.
Timmy should be calling out these footsteps.
Salty Light will look for the confirm through the window.
Can you not? He can't. He can't hit the
Timmy
body.
should just stop talking and pretend that he's been confirmed, but no.
Although Salty Light could find themselves getting picked by Rengo here. Ooh,
Yeah.
I think Rengo might have spotted it.
Did Salty spot it though? Savage Proto needs to stay tucked.
Yeah,
They're doing the right thing and forcing the time. 1:30, that's a big run for Torres in the north to objective. If Ringo goes down, Savage needs to get this pick on this cross. If he doesn't, it's a cap. So
Salty Light sees him.
Whoa, the trade.
And the trade. Timmy might have been able to call out the trade. Nope, Savage opting to crash. Could find
Should
themselves
get
getting
picked
caught
by Torres
Torres
here. Oh! What? I thought that was going to be it.
Torres is now going to take advantage of that and try to get around to East a little more, but
Time,
he does
though.
not have a lot of time.
Time.
Yeah, time is not his friend.
So Timmy should be able to cover the front side of the objective for another about 10 seconds, and then he should bleed out. So we'll see him. We'll see the kill feed in about. Yeah.
Now, I'm pretty sure you can cap from the first floor of North Twin, so Savage needs to be really careful here.
No, he needs to not engage this. He's trying to engage head on, and he needs to tuck. He needs to hide.
But see, that's going to cause Torres to now waste his time more. Savage needs to understand this.
Is that North 20 he's worrying about, though?
Don't peek it. Don't peek it.
Oh, wow.
Lucky.
20 seconds. That was no peak territory indeed. He gets away with it. They get their Volk win. Almost. They had it down to like a... Was it a 4v2? 5v2?
I believe
Is at least a 4
5v3.
5v3 and maybe a
and then
4v2?
Timmy, yeah, and then Timmy was downed, yeah. So yeah, it would have been like a 4v3, 4v2 region.
Yeah, and Tim had just a little bit too exposed in those windows there. Had such a good position for late round, for stopping this sort of movement up to here. And then because Timmy went down, it meant that Rengo had to peek out. Rengo got the trade with Light, and then it almost came down to a win for Most Wanted on Marsok. No quarters though. Taking the round win and bring it to 1-1 on map 3.
Now that is the new objective for this map. Now we're gonna go to something that's a little bit more common, or at least a little bit more. It's been around, we can say at the least.
Exactly. So this is the heli 2-story objective. Other teams will have other names for it, but there's a helicopter here, and then there's a 2-story near it. So heli 2-story objective. And there is a south spawn, so there's actually some quick lines through here.
It looks like,
as you can see, Badger could have seen it there. Do we see anyone going to North Hotel? Salty Light. No. Oh, Chowie with the movement. So Chowie's position is going to be really hard to deal with here.
Salty Fu crouching his way almost all the way into lower dumpster. Timmy and Salty Fu are about to hear each other on this corner. Camera 2.
Camera 2. Wow, that's a push-out position and a half.
Maverick should be able to catch up Salty Fu here.
Timmy needs to get help. He needs to just get help.
Maverick spots.
Wow.
Nah, I think I'm good, bud.
And Chowie taking advantage of...
Who did Maverick get hit by? Oh, Mr.
Maverick was hit by Hella Speed. Yep.
Yeah.
Chowie has taken advantage of this though and gotten all the way into
look
the
at
upper
the
red
spot.
building.
I'm talking on the mics, I can't hear nothing. Like, bro, it's so annoying.
Stood on top of the barrel.
Look at Chowie's line.
Yeah.
Little line through. So Chowie's got a really powerful position here. It's going to be hard to deal with.
Timmy does not have a grenade.
Especially if you don't send someone around to actually directly deal with Chowie's position, it's quite hard. You can see so much from here.
Speaking of, yeah, I mean, with the two heading around in the east, has Chowie shot? Have they identified that?
No, I don't believe so. Oh, there it is.
Whoa,
Chowie's going to get 2. He's going to get 2 on this. If he peeks it, he doesn't. Did they see it? They didn't see his movement. Oh! Oh! Oh, he shot! He shot! I don't think they knew he was there until he
Badger needs
moved.
the help. Oh, Badger almost took the connection there.
No, Badger's staying in the window, though. Trying to take... Oh, wow, that could have been a great frag. And he's got a flash himself.
Oh, no, the flash.
Do I need to look out for anything else? I think this is the main point of action at the moment.
Timmy has gotten pretty close. Just put a smoke onto lower dumpster. Looks like he is going to engage with Salty Fu on camera 2.
And Salty Fu coming out on top. Unfortunately, I just missed that. No one there to get the refrag. Maverick hasn't identified it. Being focused down his scope, Salty Fu should be able to get him from the side here. Ringo?
Maverick does have a bolt-action rifle here.
Can you check a camera 3 on Chowie versus Savage up there, just so I can jump to it if something hot goes down, please?
Yep, it actually, Savage Proto is currently crawling up the staircase. Chowie going quite loud.
Ooh, alright, let's have a little look. I'll always jump back to 2 if needed. There it is.
And he does find him.
Oh.
Although there's not too much you can do from an attacker's standpoint. I mean, you have Light and Hello Speed ready to react to shut down the north. Savage Proto already getting shot at by Light.
Yeah, so they're still only dealing with the pushed out defenders. Maverick he's finally adjusted to it, I think. Is he? Yeah, he is. So, yeah, 2 minutes remaining. Not a huge amount of time. These pushed out players have fought. And Salty Fu finding the pick. Ringo now has to panic in the open. Oh, Salty Fu should be heard. Big flash. Not finding
I don't know if that flash hit.
Protecting, yeah. Vertical audio and Onward is not great, so Salty Fu will be unsure whether he's above or below at this point in time. Savage Proto still just chilling out in the north. We see those shots coming out from this position here by Salty Light.
Rango and Salty about to connect on 2 here. Salty
Light
Fu gave him a jiggle.
winning that engagement in the north.
Fu has just been playing a great game of Ring Around the Rosie here. I mean,
He just has to buy time. He's doing the perfect job.
yeah.
He doesn't need to kill Ringo at all. Like, this is what push-out players often fail to do. And you see it. They think they have to get the pick. Nah. You really don't. You can just... If you buy a minute, if you buy 2 minutes, great. So, the pressure here is on Ringo.
As soon as Ringo goes away, Salty Fu's going to go straight into the second floor.
Exactly.
And it's just going to be
Yep.
full control.
There's the shots.
Calling out
There
Sona for
shouldn't be,
dumpster.
yeah.
Salty Light.
There it is. Well played by the push-out players there. Chawi with the pick onto Badger in the north, and then the amount of distraction and delay done by Salty Fu, as well as the 2 picks he got. Really critical in that round. We see Chawi and Salty Light on 4 picks. Salty Light cleaning up in the north, taking out the last 2 attackers himself. Yeah, Savage Proto with 4, Ringo with 2, Maverick, Badger, and Timmy are yet to join the action. It looks like Timmy has left and come back, so he might have had some in other rounds. So we're having another defensive win, which is, as we said earlier, the expected.
As expected. Yeah.
Now, I'm going to test this out now whilst we've got a chance. Let's see if some replays play. And can I talk over them? Looks like I can. Sweet. So it's going to go back through in reverse order of some replays. That one. Okay. It just does the one from the round, does it? Okay. Okay, that's good to know. That's good to know. Start round 4. Yeah.
That is correct.
Alright, we're in the action. Then
No quarters, only spawning in with 4, it seems. Will they notice it?
oh, it looks like they are.
Yep.
So if they all give up,
You need to round
Quick enough.
reset now.
yep, they made it.
There it is.
So if they give up, is it 10 seconds into the round? I don't really know. It's been a long time since. Oh, Salty Light with the knife kill, trying to get the kills there. But one thing
Light and
Marsov
Fu
don't want to do
knife traded.
is shoot, because if you shoot, you can you can give away your spawn there. Oh.
Right back into the action. Nice one, and down to their spawn, which, I mean, it doesn't really add too much help, you know what I mean. But I guess now they know their spawn.
And maybe giving it away with that high pistol toss. Don't know if you'd be able to spot that across, but
That would be insane.
that would be insane
spawn.
indeed.
Chowie running up second floor. He's going to be the early lines here.
Yeah, you can get early lines through. So
Not quite getting the confirm there.
there it is, the revive.
They do get the
coming out.
revive.
And I believe someone on Most Wanted got tagged at one point as well.
Yep, Salty Fu was able to get tagged, and Chowie was also able to call out lower red truck Rango. I will say, this is a very north-sided defense.
Wait,
from...
do they only have 4? They still only have 4?
No, they have 5.
Okay, cool. Sorry, the red just blends in with the new map colors. It's hard to
Wow,
see.
Badger was able to get down to Crater that late into the round.
That is super important, and Badger needs to not be looking out towards North Hotel. So Badger is really important to stop the cap here, and Ringo. Badger and Ringo are really critical for cap stopping, and they can just chill out in there for the whole round. They don't need to get any picks.
Proto downed.
Timesh should repay the favor here and get the revive on Proto.
I will say, it is pretty dangerous right here. I mean, it's lucky for the no quarters that Most Wanted hasn't opted to send anybody south, but I mean, just the Maverick is the only guard south.
Back onto Charlie. And it's dangerous because if you come in from the south, you can get into this objective building and cap from underneath. So something to be aware of.
I wonder
Looks
if
like-
Maverick will try to do a late rotation. Badger needs to not get picked. He keeps peeking up towards North Hotel, and it freaks me out every time.
That's not, yeah, it needs to not be his role. He's in a focal point window, He can catch them later in the round. Same deal as the previous round. You don't actually have to get any picks on defense. You can win with no picks.
And he's just launching rounds, and he's gonna find himself getting picked.
And he'll be kicking. The thing is, you do that, you're like, in the moment, you go for it, and you're thinking, yes, I can get a kill here. And then you get picked, and you go, oh man, why did I do that?
And he's opting to expose to speed there. Oh man, he almost got hit there. That was so close.
Those smokes, pulling him off his line, refocusing him. Big pick there from Ringo onto Mr. Hello Speed. Not able to get the confirm, it doesn't look.
Yeah.
It's going to be hard to get the revive on him, though. Salty Foo.
Foo made himself known in the center.
And then a pick by Maverick. And Ringo with the confirm onto Hello Speed. That's huge picks there. A lot of work to be done by Light and Torres. This is when, no quarters last round, they went hunting a little bit and they lost players. Their Maverick.
Now is the time to slow it down. Consolidate lines. Rango can cover Badger. Badger can cover OBJ.
Yep. You can afford to get trades. Like, you can afford to get some kill trades back and forth on objective.
But you can't afford
to get picked one at a time. You can't afford to let them weaken you. Torres is just.
Now that being said, Timmy and Proto on the objective have both been downed. Timmy was down at the very beginning of the round, Savage a bit later. If they get hit once, there is no
need to do this by Timmy. He's getting bold.
Maverick going for the run. Oh man.
That's exactly what we talked about. Badger coming out of. How did Badger get? Was he peeking that window again? He was.
Yep, he peeking crater.
And that's a critical defensive position. And what you'll see here is the rest of the defense, because of that pick, having to adjust.
And mind you, Torres has not moved from this window the entire time, so he's going to be here looking for the adjustments. And if the defense isn't careful, they could find themselves getting picked.
Ringo just needs to be looking back at the objective now. And he is. He's doing a great job there. Ringo being on objective focus last round as well. Proto and Timmy need to just tuck. Timmy going for some peaks. Maverick.
Yeah, no.
In an important position here.
No quarters have every playable card in their hand right now. They have the numbers advantage, they have time on their side, and they have an OBJ. They have people on OBJ looking.
But by not having Badger there, it means that if Ringo goes down to Light, they have to panic for the cap.
I do believe an M203 smoke was already used, but man, could you imagine if Rango gets picked, M203 smoke on second floor, and they'd have to run
Light's
around?
running a 6 times, but it doesn't stop them from getting some savage picks.
Yeah, it was Salty Foo with the M203 smoke. I knew I heard it earlier in the round.
Yeah, so Light's going to make a lot of noise here, so Ringo knows he's there. But they need to not lose anyone on objective.
Coming down to final 30 seconds. Rango doing the right thing here. He needs to call it to his teammate that, hey, there's someone in lower red and you can't get picked by him because Savage and Timmy are both vulnerable to that right now.
They've got the beeps, so 30 seconds remaining. In this game, you do get beeps on your watch. Light's going to have to deal. There it is, the big pick. That was the trade which was needed.
Running out of time here. Finding one.
He's not going to
get one here.
He shouldn't get 2 more, but there it is.
Yeah, me.
Defensive win. Wow, that was closer than it needed to be.
Yeah, I mean, it was what, a 5v2?
5v2.
And then it came down to a 2v2?
2v2 with crashing players. 2v1 with crashing players.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if I had to highlight one moment, I've already talked about it, but if I had to highlight one moment in the round, which was that pivotal point, which could have cascaded, it was Badger peaking. You had a 5v2 situation, tuck in, watch objective. Yeah, Rango tucked in enough to eat up enough time on Light. He ended up getting the trade, and that neutralized the light threat. But he'd eaten up enough time that even if Light came out on top, it probably would have been able to react onto it because he would have had to come in fast. But yeah, could have easily gone the other way. Imagine if Light had gotten that pick, then Maverick and Timmer would have had to been, and Savage Proto would have to be really open on their movements back to the objective, and easily could have cascaded from there. A 2v3 on attack, especially for this objective. So yeah.
Yeah.
Ultimately
For
though,
sure.
no quarters, got the round one. They're getting 2 points. This is what they needed to do. They needed to win back some rounds to blunten the MMR damage.
It looks like there has been a drop from the most wanted side. I haven't gotten any
Salty Foo, I believe.
messages. Yes. Could be a 7.
Yeah, they've won the match, so it could be a chance to get people to have a little play. And most wanted, they're not the thing. They are number one, but they're one of the first matches of this week, so people do have a chance to catch them. And even if with a big win, they're not going to gain huge MMR in this match because of the difference in ranks. And there's no ability to challenge in this week and next week either. So they will be trying to extract as much out of this as they can. So something people in and out just for game time. They might choose not to do that as well. Alright. Still no intel on whether there is a timeout, so we'll just hang around a little bit longer. For a team which is picking smaller, closer range maps, Most Wanted are doing some work on their attack. They're getting these attacks quite close every time, which is hard to do on Downfall. I think that's some of that influence of their new pickups like Chawi. So Chawi at the moment, he's gotten 4 kills, and Salty Light also known for his abilities on longer range. So they are able to hold their own on those longer range maps.
Yeah, I do believe Salty Light is on 6 kills, but with a little knife action with Fu, he's whittled that down to 5.
True.
Listen, how about we just go... it's a new goal for Light. He has to now end the map positive, or he has to end the map even. He has to end the map 0 with 0.
He'd try. One more round reset. If they're not watching their backs, I think he would run through the whole team with the knife.
Oh, dude! Honestly, if it was a round reset on a Volk round where where there's only one spawn, I think he would blast every single teammate he has.
Yeah.
That's the new goal now. He's got to get 0. If he doesn't, then he hasn't done well.
Exactly. So, gonna have to assume there's a round reset here. Sorry, a timeout here. I haven't been informed by the players, and it doesn't look like Ghost has been either. But we'll just jump into some ads and then an intermission, and we'll be back with you hopefully shortly. So yeah, be right back.
Prepare to start.
Baron left alive. Where is Baron? In the spawn. And somebody Spud in the bottom going absolutely crazy, getting the 2K.
Wow. Prepare to
Okay,
start.
Baron left alive. Where is Baron? In the spawn. Can somebody
Go.
Spud in the bottom going absolutely crazy, getting the 2K.
Match point. Prepare to start.
Okay, Baron left alive. Where is Baron? In the spawn. Can somebody
Go.
Spud in the bottom going absolutely crazy, getting the 2K.
Match point.
Alright, we did hear some beeps, so they might be starting, but potentially only 4 from Most Wanted here. So let's just start round hesitantly. Round 5. We did have 5
like there's-
on each in the lobby before, but then we have had a drop against Salty Foo is here now. Salty Light, we lost. Who have we lost?
Hella speed, taking out
Torres.
Proto immediately. Torres was the drop there.
And then
from
Salty Light was
Most
another
Wanted.
pick.
And they've also got spawn identification right off the bat. Wait, they picked off 2.
They picked off 2, yeah.
Both Badger and Savage Proto there. Yeah, I mean, you typically never really want to send people out on that northwestern side.
Oh wow, they were
it's just
really
an
out
open
there,
field.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you see them on the map out to the west. They just okay, one, it gives away the spawn, and 2, you're in the open.
Yeah, it's going to be
Hella
very hard to
speed.
break through here for no quarters, especially if Chowie decides to push up a little bit more, because if he can get more frontside control, like from north in a bungalow or something, then it's just completely shut down.
Yeah, and he should be able to do it with this spawn. He should have identified that pretty early. What was that? M203 coming off, but not
Nope.
hearing the connection. Salty Foo getting this roof position. if unidentified, could be hard to deal with. The roofs are a new
Ah,
addition.
I'm sorry, I figured out what happened to that M203 smoke. So the M203 smoke now has an arming distance, and the person who fired it hit the window of Center Hotel, and did not arm.
Shots coming out there
So-
from Salty Foo. Potentially giving away his position. Doesn't look like he's been identified though.
He's on the outside of Center Hotel now.
Cowie's moved a little bit more to the front side, now in the tower.
Tower is hard to deal with
Okay.
if they try and
Yep.
come out of Center Hotel. Again, that's the downside of giving away that spawn early.
Yeah.
Ringo's going to be, I think it's the one who's going to be hunting for this roof, but it's going to be hard to see.
Chowie spotted Timmy here. Salty Foo might go for the swing here.
Rango, 'cause he's
No, he didn't spot it. I thought for sure he was looking right at him. Must have just been. Timmy, should you have the drop onto Foo? Oh, it was so close.
we know that if Timmy would have not have been
See, now Foo is gonna have the drop onto
Oh
Timmy
yeah,
here.
because Foo's
Easy
come off the
peek.
line. Does Timmy's come off the line?
Oh,
Oh, there it is.
there it is.
We see the laser immediately going up from Ringo, but it's too late, and Ringo getting taken out as well. All down to Maverick on the attack, potentially looking at another defensive win here.
Chowie now pushing for the flank, getting onto Eastern Stables. Bit of util out from Speed there.
Speed, just waiting.
What kind of util do you got, Maverick? You got a smoke and a frag.
Whatever it is, it's not enough, I don't think.
Well, if he were to pick off Speed, oh, now Chowie's getting around the front side. I think there was definitely a window there where if he were to maybe pick off Speed, frag onto Foo, that could have just been maybe a lucky cap. But now that they've gotten this locked, with Chowie now on the front side, although
Oh, the laser just going over Speed's head.
I'm gonna jiggle the side that you're fine. Do you?
and Speed's aware of it, he's just trying to bait out any sort of
Look how
shots
far
he can.
Chowie's gone.
I think everyone else must have rotated because I don't see no one else western.
He's giving away his position with the shots, which is frankly quite a good thing to do because Maverick now just, yep, probably needs to capitulate the round, but never give up. You can see some comebacks from here. The one thing which Chowie has done by pushing out so far is he's weakened the rest of the defense because there's only three on objective, or two on objective and one up in the southeast. So yeah. Just simple. Use the frag to take out Salty, shoot Speed, run to objective before anyone else adjusts, and you win.
Looks like Maverick might catch, or one or the other. Speed might see Maverick, Maverick might see Speed. One of the two. Oh, Foo might have also. Foo spotted him.
Ooh. There it is.
It's Speed who finds him.
And there it is. Finish up the round.
Defensive holds, defensive holds.
Indeed.
Most wanted only spawning in with 4 and ending the round with 4.
Yeah, decisive. Taking those two out at the start, just, yeah, critical. And no quarters, didn't see anyone around either, which I think was an interesting choice. Sometimes sending someone around to the east, getting behind, just to stop those push-up positions is worth doing. It turned out that the push-up positions were not needed though, so Boo and Speed on objective, locking it down. But yeah,
I just don't think that they needed to invest that many people into Northwest. You know, This is an objective where spreading out, it's risky, but it works out a lot if you can do it right.
I think you want to push heavy for Center Hotel, get Center Hotel control, because that forces the defense to panic a bit and they don't extend on that side. But then have some people pushing that central/east side as well would be not a bad decision.
Yeah, because once you're in Center Hotel and made yourself known there, that means like the people who are like Chowie over by Twins, he's gonna keep looking towards Center Hotel, and that's gonna give the opportunity for the people to maybe even get around wide east on
Exactly.
that side and able to get that Twins control.
there are options out to the wide east now, more so than in the past. There's that tent city up in the northeast, and then you've got some rocks and cover which you can make your way down that east side, whereas previously it was maybe a bit more exposed. There were some craters, but in general probably a little bit more exposed. But as I'll just refer to the side, this is where Most Wanted have spawned, so quite a different spawn here.
Most Wanted now having 5. Bit of pre-fire there from Timmy.
Not sure what on, but it's happening.
Ooh, Rango almost
Wow.
getting picked off there. Those are a lot of lasers.
A lot of lasers. Is he going to get picked if he tries to go around the side? He's gone to his position he took in round 1 defense. The first defense for most quarters. For no quarters.
None of the offenses opted to even look anywhere west. I mean, Badger did pause there, exiting Valley, but he could have made it all the way to Center Hotel, and I don't think anyone would have had a line. Yeah, nobody would have had a line. He could have gone all the way to Center Hotel.
Wow, big pick by Maverick on the east, though. So, one thing to note on this objective, just before we get too action-packed, which can be pretty quick with this match, you can cap from inside bottom floor on through the east entrance of this building, which is new. Didn't used to be able to do that, so just worth noting that. We see that western push occurring. Keep an eye on the salty boys down the western side.
Yeah, and it's gone for a very, I mean, I know Most Wanted have already lost one, but I mean, just looking at the overhead map, the 2-2-1 split is very seen here. I mean, wow, able to take off the east.
East and one on the west downed. Smoke coming. Could come for the revive coming out. Confirm though.
They get the
And
confirm.
Salty's now relatively trapped in the Salty Fu is relatively trapped in the open. Ringo won't know he's got that confirm with that smoke though, and Salty Fu is going to be looking for him. What does he have? He's only got a holographic with an M203, probably HE, judging by the previous rounds. Chowie is
Maverick
a danger
also-
player.
Maverick has gotten aggressive, though, into the tower and could find Chowie if he's not careful. Ooh, shots do ring out. Yeah, now's the time to talk. Chowie's the type of player to instantly recontest shots.
And Fu going down. So this is the point where previously, well, actually, we've gone past that point, so no quarters should be fine. But previously they weren't tucking on defense, and it almost cost them. So
I'm flanking.
Frag out by Timmy. Not going to quite go long enough. It looks like Timmy is pushing.
flanked from Maverick as well. Timmy's pushing, is he?
I don't think this is what you want to be doing here, but we'll see if it works out.
It's bold. It might work out
Chowie
because
might just
Maverick's
overextend
also
towards the
pushing.
back and
Timmy's going to get him
will
here.
find him.
There it is.
Yep.
Yep. Yeah, they double flanked. So if they're going for it, they really went for it, which, you know, is an option.
Now we are getting into. I mean, I know the match has already been decided, but it's still one of the, I guess, most exciting moments in, like, Onward that you can have is a round 7.
Oh, definitely.
It is one round to decide the win or loss of the map.
And it's
And
exactly
this-
what we talked about going into Downfall. So if no quarters were wanting to gain back some rounds, and they didn't feel like they could decisively win a map, then this is a map to go to where you can win defensive rounds. It's whether they can get an offensive round, whether they can get an attacking round. And this is one of the ones where you can potentially do it. It's lower dumpster. They're all they're pretty hard to attack, but Most Wanted's defense has been pretty decisive.
Although I feel like this one provides more opportunities to get the early picks. No quarters haven't really been going for too many early lines.
No.
But there are definitely some approaches here that could shut down. I mean, even 1 or 2 picks on this objective can really open up a lot of the objective.
Yeah, exactly. If you weaken a side, and then you work based upon that weakness, and you can really work your way in. As we jump into round 7, last round, guaranteed last round of this match. Let's see how Most Wanted take it defensively. There is no longer a really quick spawn. There used to be a spawn within sight up the street. It no longer exists. So you can
It looks-
push for center hotel control here. It looks
I
like
think
they are
there
going
may be a.
Do we have a drop
They're
match?
opting to play, so no quarters. One of their members either headset died or didn't load in, or
Do they spot
they're
him?
just kind of like stuck here. They're in the spawn here. Yeah, they all pointed their pistol at them, but they opted to just leave them there. So I guess it's up to the rest of the
It's
4
Ringo.
attackers, and they got a slow. They did get a slow start out of spawn as well.
Oh, Fu might find Ringo here if he peeks it, and Maverick. Just not looking sideways. Maverick very exposed to it. Chawi, very good shot, and finding that pick onto Savage Proto. Salty Fu, if he looks sideways, or Maverick, if they look sideways, they should see each other. Salty Fu loving the roofs these last 2 defensive rounds.
Yeah,
Where
I
did
think
that
what may
go?
help Salty Fu in this case is his
Yeah, that's what's
backpack. Maverick will see his backpack, and that might not be able to get the kill.
Yeah, the backpack doesn't count as part of the hitbox.
Oh, Maverick seeing it.
Oh,
Maverick is seeing it.
with the
And he
big
finds
pick
him.
there. And we do have a drop, it looks like.
Two.
The player in spawn
Yep.
has dropped out. So that's not going to help no quarters at all. 2 attackers remaining. Frag. Random frag coming out from Torres family onto Maverick. So we have Torres trying to push east, it looks like, but he's going to have to deal with Chawi. As we talked about earlier, Chawi's a very good shot. Going to be hard to deal with. This defense, though, is lacking on the west. Just looking at it. Look at this layout.
Yeah, if someone were able to just get wide west. I mean, of course, this is only stuff that we can see as casters.
Oh,
But
100%. Yeah.
yeah.
And they have lost 2 people going west, so they're going to be pretty hesitant, to say the least, to
Yeah.
do that.
Yeah. Well, it looks like Salty Light has gone to the west end of Valley. Oh, no, it's Speed, sorry.
I've got VR Marksman in the chat. So VR Marksman being a member of a previous season winning team, being the captain of that team, Raptors, and they were very good on Downfall. So as Marksman mentioned, while we fill some of the space here, this map has changed, and it's changed quite substantially. Like the buildings, you can identify them by their old names still, but they've been changed in terms of their layout and where the peaks are from it. And then the terrain is much more angular. That's probably better for LODs, but it also means that there's more positions to move through. So there's all these rocks and objects you can move along and beside and all that sort of stuff. So you will recognize the map, but it plays quite differently. Plays a little bit more CQB, in my opinion, than the previous one. And
Wow, Rango actually has a line
line?
almost.
doesn't have the time for the line though, does he?
He doesn't have the, yeah.
If he'd done it a couple of minutes earlier, maybe, but he's going to have to go loud as he goes close, and then Torres.
Well,
is
even if he
speed.
were to get quiet onto the other side of Center Hotel, I mean, he picks off Torres. He's not making it to objective before Light is able to get a line onto him.
Maverick crawling now up, looking for Chawi.
Chowie's opting to just face the west, doing the right
He's
thing.
now
As they
peeking
say
out.
that, he peeks a little bit more east.
Oh, Maverick's looking on the roof though, it looks like. And because he's looking at roof, the gun will be obstructing his vision onto Chawi's position. Oh, wow!
Oh, so
That was
close.
almost awesome. No object behind for him to impact the M203 on, so it's going to be unlikely he'd get the pick even if he did shoot it a bit further. Let's see what's happening with Ringo's push here. Again, time's going to be the factor. He does have a really good line through here, but as soon as he shoots, he's going down. He might find Torres, though. If he's quiet enough that Light doesn't hear him there, then Light's just going to peek out behind and get the kill.
Yeah. I mean, the only way I could see it work, it's just Light is definitely going to be the deciding factor here if Rengo manages to pick off Torres. Which it looks like he might be able to do, unless he gets a little bit split focused.
I'm checking out the
Oh,
Maverick
Torres
Charlie
might-
side at the moment. So there it is, the pick there. And then
If I can get you onto camera too,
I'm on
I
it.
mean, this is so close.
The time. If he'd gone 2 minutes earlier, this could have been a cap.
Could he still?
It's
No,
time.
He's gone to the other side. Yeah.
The time is the problem. Maverick's going to have to come in. If Maverick makes noise, though.
If Maverick makes noise, there's the pick. And Lights heard it. No way, is he capping?
Yep, and you can't penetrate through that. What?
Wow. That's the cap.
He did it.
Just
Wow.
called right past Torres, was able to hook into the shed, and it was funny. You could see Light heard the footsteps and then second guessed himself, and then it was just immediate. It was not. I mean, wow. What a final play there from no quarter.
I didn't think he had enough time, but Maverick's shooting or getting shot was the perfect thing. Ringo with 8 kills and a cap, Maverick with 6 kills, getting that pick onto Chowie. Chowie probably would have been looking across at objective that later in the round as well. Wow. Awesome work.
Yeah.
Great work, no quarters. 5-3, most wanted. Getting back a lot, those will help a lot. When they were down 1-4, 1-4 on the first 2 maps, going to that longer range and getting that win, they might be kicking themselves about giving that map pick away on the first one. They could have chosen something a little bit longer range, and they could have chosen Abandoned maybe. Gone with an Abandoned and then run it back with the Downfall, and that might have been a little bit different for them. But ultimately, we have home team +2 with the cap coming out 5-3 in map 3. So we have total scores there with quick maths 7 versus 11. 7-11.
7-11.
Wow, any takeaways before we get into the summarizing, all that sort of jazz?
I mean, I'm still in awe on how that was able to work. He crawled from the helicopter past Center Hotel, crawled all the way to lower dumpster practically, and it was just that final 2 seconds blitz straight onto the objective and was able to I mean, wow.
The dedication and the timing was perfect. The dedication to go quiet for that long. If he made a noise, the salty light would have heard him. So he didn't make a noise. And the timing aspect is, if he'd gone 10 seconds later, he wouldn't have been in a position to make that final dash. So
yeah, I mean there were so many like
factors.
Yes, there were so many factors. Speed taking out Maverick caused Torres to look away for just long enough. And also Maverick was able to find a crawl line where Torres wasn't able to see. And it just got just to the right point where as soon as Maverick went down, Torres looked towards South Center Bungalow. And that gave him, actually.
I don't actually think no quarters will lose that many spots. They might even maintain their position with that because of the map win. Getting a map win against the number 1 team when you're number 6 in NA is going to be pretty important for them. So wow, great work.
That round was a 2v5, by the way. Sorry, it was a 2v5.
Yeah,
and
they
then
lost.
a 2v4.
They won it on a 2v4, did they? In the end, I think.
Yeah, they won it on a 2v4 in the end. Yeah.
Wow, they needed to just be. So you've got 30 seconds remaining with 4 up. Let's focus on the objective. It should be the defensive sort of communication, and that's where we saw on the other maps. We saw that individual type playing off really well for Most Wanted, where they're all really good shots. They're all really aggressive. They're together in terms of their movement on the small map, just by the size of the map, but they are killing it as individuals, where we lost a bit of that. Whereas on Downfall, you need to have that team-based communication to ensure you have the net really well maintained around the objective on defense. especially when those push-out players don't do all the work. But we do need to summarize and wrap it up and get out of here. So, first of all, thank you so much for watching, everyone. We're looking forward to these last 2 weeks of the season and getting a few more casts in. And then we have the big important event next Friday, VRML Con. Please make sure you do check it out. It'll be streamed online, and it's also an event you can go to in person. But yeah, thank you very much. I'm James Bogue. Joining me today was Ghost7705. Thank you.
Onward VRML is brought to you by Downpour Interactive, Helga, the esports manager. Thanks for watching VRML.